In the final stages of cancer, my only life-saving chemotherapy was bought out by Frank and given to Rachel, who was in the early stages. I gave up, swallowing strong pain-blocking medication. The price, organ failure and death in 3 days. During these 3 days, I gave up everything. When I handed over all my hard-earned assets to Rachel, my parents smiled with satisfaction. When Frank presented the divorce papers, I signed. He sighed, saying I was understanding. When I pushed our daughter, Lily, to call Rachel Mom, she excitedly said, Mom was the best. They looked at me with contentment and said, our sensible Chloe has finally come back. But I am curious, will they remember me after I die? Under the doctor's pitying gaze, I swallowed the pills. I had 3 days left. I went to Rachel's hospital room. Dad was peeling an orange for her while Mom chatted. Their smiles turned cold when they saw me. What? Done pretending to be sick, Dad glared. Don't you dare bully Rachel, or Wilson family has strict discipline, Mom scolded. I never should have given birth to you. In a hidden corner, Rachel smiled, her eyes full of provocation. I was tired, too exhausted to fight. I have something to tell you too, I said. Rachel can have my store business and company. They were stunned. You've finally come to your senses, Mom said in relief, patting my head. Rachel is more talented. We'll rest easy with her in charge. I handed over the transfer documents. After Rachel signed, my parents held my hands, calling me a good child. How laughable. Only when I gave in to Rachel would Mom smile at me. I was curious. If they discovered Rachel's true nature after I died, would they regret it? That evening, I returned home. My husband Frank and daughter Lily were cooking. Frank turned with a plate. Stir-fried vegetables. Rachel's favorite, plated like a chef's. I was about to die, and only now did I learn Frank could cook. He always complained about mine. Lily criticized me too. I had worked so hard for this family but earned no respect. Now, I just sat calmly. Frank walked over. Chloe, there is something I want to discuss. My heart sank. After Rachel finishes treatment, she has been depressed. Your parents suggested I marry her to cheer her up. My ears rang. So, you agreed, Frank sighed. It is just to cheer her up. Once she is discharged, I'll still be your husband. Lily chimed in. That is right. Mom, Aunt Rachel is so sad. You need to understand. I silently looked at them. This was my repayment. Betrayal. But it didn't matter. I raised my head. All right, I agree. Frank's eyes flashed with surprise. He quickly took out divorce papers. I signed. Frank looked relieved. You've become much more sensible. After Rachel gets better, I'll never let you worry again. That is right, Mom. I am proud of you, Lily said. My heart turned to ash. I stood up. A wave of intense dizziness hit me, and I fainted. I woke on the floor. Frank and Lily looked at me with disappointment. Dad, I told you Mom was faking again, Lily said. Mom, can you stop being so childish? You are holding us up from visiting Aunt Rachel. Frank spoke with disappointment. Chloe, can you stop making a scene? Even though we're divorced, you are still the one I love. No need for such childish tricks. I understood. The pain, blocking medication, suppressed all symptoms for 3 days. I looked healthy, but after 3 days, organ failure, death, I forced myself up. It is just low blood sugar. I'll go to the hospital with you. Rachel has more documents to sign. At the hospital, Rachel was watching television. Chloe, you are here. Thank you for trusting me with your businesses. That is right, Mom smiled. With Rachel managing, you can stay home and collect dividends. I took out more documents. In that case, I'll let her manage all my assets too. Everyone froze. Chloe, are you serious? All your assets? Frank grabbed my arm shocked. Dad recovered first, his eyes full of approval. This child has finally come to her senses. From now on, you two can live well together, Mom added. We can rest easy. My head spun. A nosebleed started. Chloe, why are you getting a nosebleed? The weather isn't dry, Mom asked. I wiped the blood. Dad, Mom, if I really died from illness one day, would you regret it? Mom's expression did